morning, guys. It's Ashley with Love's Intuition Tarot, and welcome to the daily tarot reading. Today is, I believe, January 7th, 2021. Welcome. As I get shuffled, please hit the like button. Please follow and hit the bell so you can get notifications when I put out new videos. And definitely comment and let me know if it resonates after it's over. I also do personal readings, so if you are interested in getting a personal reading from me, there's a link in the description box below and a 10% off discount code. If for some reason that code is not in the description box, it is Intuition10, and you'll use that at checkout. There's different options for different lengths of readings and everything. Okay, last and final shuffle. So basically the topic of this video is going to be about manifestation and how your thoughts are manifesting your entire reality for real. It's helping you end karmic cycles so you can be very content within your heart. Added to that, you just need to focus. You have to be focused in order for this to happen that way. So before I actually get started with the tarot and with what God is saying, basically he's reiterating that he's having us talk about this because things have been slow towards manifestation. And he wants me to kind of talk about how you can make it faster. Slow towards manifesting, ending karmic cycles that will bring you the reward, if that makes sense. This was put into my personal downloads today heavily, that this is what we should talk about, manifesting, how it actually works, and kind of what you can be doing different to make it go faster or slower, because that's the only real factor here is the speed of this. And it's based on your frequency, which happens because of the thoughts that you have. And it's also based on time. So in all reality, the entire reason that you're even here watching this video with me is because you have already hit a 4D or 5D or above reality. If you were still 3D, in a 3D reality, you wouldn't even be here. You would not care to know about the future. You would not really be thinking about the past. You'd be living only in the present in a unhealthy way still. Three-dimensional reality is basically just objects, things that have a length, a height, and a width. It's what you see all around you. That's the 3D reality. 4D is once you are able to realize that time is the fourth dimension, that time plays a factor in what happens within a 3D reality. Excuse me. When you start to learn and realize these types of thoughts, you start to look into the future. That's a time, a different time. You start to look at your past. It's a different time. You're realizing that time plays a role in the 3D reality. That's a step up, a level up. And that's where you're at the very least at, if you're even watching this. The reason that you've stepped up to that level or beyond 5D would be like realizing that there is a metaphysical, that there is energy flowing that you cannot see, that in all reality is conscious. When you realize it's conscious beyond you, is more like 6 and 7D reality. But even just understanding that there is an energy grid and that this energy that you hold also flows in an unseen way within the 3D reality is when you've hit even those higher levels and you're able to actually start manifesting and utilizing that energy that's in you to change the 3D reality. When you hit 4D, when you realize that time plays a factor, that's when you realize that things ebb and flow in all reality. Time is constantly moving. It's the entire quality really of time. It moves. This is what causes frequency to have a vibration, what causes all cells and all matter to actually hold a vibration. By understanding this type of concept and looking at it from a scientific standpoint, you can understand that since it is flowing, it shares similar qualities to other things. I learned myself that astrology plays such a huge part in the scientific portion of this because I related the frequency of our cells and in our reality, the water that makes up 90% of our body. It becomes pulled, like by our moon, in the same way that our moon pulls our oceans, an ebb and a flow of the tides. It does that within the water in our body too, which makes us able to see how that effect from the planets changes the qualities about us. So I was able to heavily study how is the planets changing what happens inside of me, based on what it's doing, in the same way that it changes the ocean's tides, and also that stuff has to happen over time. Just like the ocean cannot ebb and flow at the exact same time in the exact same spot, we cannot ebb and flow at the exact same time. There has to be time in between for it to move, for movement to happen, for either growth or declination. I don't know. Did I just make that word up? Declining? You know what I mean? Declination? I don't know. To happen. We are learning how to balance out the ups and the downs into more of a flat, aligned line, a purposeful path for our life. When it comes to manifesting and using the energy that you learn about when you become 5D, it's understanding that your thoughts and what is inside of you can be projected outwards, just as it was able to be projected inwards to you. The conscious energy, the conscious beings, what I call God, and all the other spirit guides that are within that 5D and above realm, they are there to help you navigate the 3 and 4D, well, the 4D reality for real, the time and space that you actually live in. They are teaching us how to essentially utilize belief and thought to attract what we are putting out. We put out energy. We put out thought energy. We put out belief energy. The stronger we believe it, the higher the frequency that it stems from: gratitude, love, authenticity and truth, wanting to do for others, like unselfish behavior. Those are very high frequency thoughts. Thoughts have a frequency. And when you feel high frequency feelings, and it pushes out that energy very strong. That's what Kundalini is, for real. And Kundalini happens when you feel extreme emotions, both high frequency ones and low frequency ones: sadness, anger, fear, anxiety, paranoia. That type of stuff is low vibration. It is a slower frequency, but it can carry just as much energy within it to push out. And in all reality, the energy that you push out based on your thoughts and your beliefs, and what you have faith in and what you do, your actions, all of that attracts back exactly what you put out, because that energy holds the frequency that it had when it was in you. So if you have a thought that's based out of fear, and it's a strong thought based out of fear, and you feel that truthfully as your authentic belief, that energy gets pushed out from you, and what comes back is exactly that. But if you keep yourself at a high frequency, thinking happy thoughts, grateful thoughts, motivated thoughts, and you put in the work that brings thoughts like that, that's the energy that you push out into the world. I don't say, you know what I mean, when I talk about this dream life that's for us, I say it because I have complete faith in it. I am sure that it is true. I am, and they remind me when I hit low points and start to feel guarded and stuff, and they help me get back up. And that's part of the process too. Hitting low points, when God has us hit low points in these frequencies, it's for the purpose that we learn to incline again from it. God is trying to teach us how to stop having the low points so that we always have balanced purpose. I don't know how else to say it. It's rough to go up and down in your emotions. It's rough to go up and down in your life. It's rough to go up and down in your finance and your job and your career and what's happening with your kids and what's happening with everything. You know what I mean? And God is teaching you how to balance that out by teaching you how to bring forth what you deserve. So he's elevating you to deserve more and better and to know it and feel it. And if you think these thoughts based off knowing and feeling it, that you actually do deserve it, and you deserve it by doing the actions worth making you deserving of that. It's very simple. What you put out in the 3D world, you'll get back in the 3D world. But what you put out in the 3D world is based on what you, at your core, in a 5D and above reality, feel and do and think. And so God is in that 5D dimension helping you to understand that what you put out in the 3D is what you get back in the 3D. Just as what you put out in any dimension, in any thought process, in any mental capacity is what you get back. Your thoughts dictate your reality. When you believe and have faith and really put yourself into doing what you know will better yourself or your life, is when that will come back to you. And universe and God and all of his light beings will help you in that journey if in your core you truly mean it. If not, they'll just keep having you repeat the lessons, the ups and downs, until finally you don't want to go down anymore in whatever aspect of life that is. And when you're willing to work towards it. So here's some messages that God has for you guys. Excuse me. These are most likely going to be situational. This is how I do the daily readings. God just pops out different messages for different types of people. So you just listen, and this is what God has to say about different scenarios, and you'll know which one is meant to resonate for you. This message is for if you have been fighting. If you've been fighting with someone, or if there's been drama between you and someone that you want back, right? Someone that you want an offer from the past with. God wants you to know that the burdens that you're carrying right now about that are creating equal and balanced love. The divine truth is that the masculine in this scenario needs to focus on their finances. Once those obstacles are overcome, if you hold on, there will be a tower moment where the free will choice to put in the work on mistakes and love and work together will happen. Okay? That's the first message from God. It's for the purpose of ending karmic cycles, which is what we just talked about. Okay. It's going to balance out the 10 of Pentacles life, this dream life that we talk about. It's going to balance out the ability to have this dream life because there's a stuckness about it. So if that situation resonates with you, that's what God is saying about that. You know in your thoughts if it's stuck. That's the last thing it just said there. All right. New message, God. If you're heartbroken right now and you've been balancing out your life and your finances and just balancing out yourself, then you have an opportunity in love coming. That's what that shuffle was about. Just have faith for right now. You're about to be very happy. The balance and justice for your enlightenment during alone time, it's manifesting you becoming an empress. Make sure you're focusing on your purpose, though. That is the divine truth. And if you're not focusing on your purpose, it's going to make things slower to this. The message in your thoughts, especially on a feminine side, this is a new message. If you know in your thoughts and you're like a feminine energy, if you know that things have been slow towards getting this opportunity back that I just mentioned, this opportunity in love, It's because of the pain in your heart, but it's part of the rules that you do definitely get this opportunity in love. And coming quickly, you'll know in your thoughts what? You'll know, oh, cute. You'll know in your thoughts that you get an offer back from the past too, and you'll have a tower moment. Oh, okay, I understand. This is for if you know in your thoughts. Because this is an opportunity back from the past too. Tower moment. But it's like saying, oh, I understand. It's like the message, you think in your thoughts that when it comes to an offer back from the past, tower moment, that they'll refuse and you'll be left out. And it's giving you defeated thoughts. Thinking this way is helping to enlighten you to becoming a Queen of Pentacles and getting divine money. That's happening because there's money that you need to focus on. Interesting. Okay, so a next message, please. A next message, please. So if there's been fighting and you've been walked away from recently, and you don't think that you'll be content in love now, understand that those defeating thoughts are going to bring about a blank slate once karmic cycles have been ended in your individual life. Meaning, like, if there's been fighting and it seems as though the fates have made you and your person split up recently, then you don't feel content in love. Those defeating thoughts are meant to put you on your purpose. And when you end the karmic cycles that you need to end in your individual life, like without other people involved or distracting you, that's when you'll get a blank slate with the person you're fighting with. There's a confusion in love when it comes to divine purpose. Or like the confusion in love, it's definitely divinely being done, but it seems to have to do with the purpose. Because it's saying that if this message resonates with you, you have all the tools to be doing your purpose. But if confusion in love, like if something happens in your love life, it's because you're not focusing on your purpose. And in time with the moon, what'll be done is your ships will sail in. The message of what's being done is your ships will sail in, but there's a need for karmic ending cycles on your end. The balancing out of the low points that happen in your side of life in regards to your purpose. God is giving the message of love, or God is, when it comes to the message of love, God is making mistakes happen in love so that growth towards equal and balanced love can happen. But there's going to be a focus on the money in individual life sectors in the meantime. Because God really wants you, God's saying in time with astrology, you and this person will absolutely be equal and balanced. But if he separates you because there's fighting or drama happening or confusion in love, it's because you need to focus on your divine purpose and just really focus on you and what you're here on this earth for. This is divinely being done so that you'll do that. And if you're guarded in your thoughts about overcoming the obstacles of the contract, just know in your heart that things are stuck, but you do have all the tools to work together in a loving atmosphere. If this resonates with you, God's trying to say that you have all the tools you need to work together with this person, but it's like you're not utilizing them. And until you start utilizing all the thoughts that you have that can help you manifest the dream life, God's not going to put you back together for that aspect of it. Or, yeah. The confusion in love and the fighting, this is the judgment. This is the judgment for soulmate partnerships into which the guy is doing the damage in the fight. If the guy is the one causing the fighting, the masculine energy. He has all the tools too to not cause fighting or not cause whatever drama he's inserted because of a confusion and love issue. He has all the tools for that too. So like at the same time, while God would focus you on money in this fated partnership you're in, he'd have the guy, he'd be giving them masculine strength towards the dream life to have a like offer love coming quickly. Yeah, to offer love properly. Coming quickly for toxic partnerships. Like coming quickly, toxic partnerships are going to be able to make the decisions that lead them towards equal imbalance and holding the world in their hands. The tides are changing for toxicity in partnerships, in fated partnerships. This is heavily what it's saying. There's definitely a lot of defeating thoughts about that truth, that as truth though. And I think this is why God is having me talk about manifestation, because when you have defeating thoughts, you can either stay at that low vibe thought or you can pull yourself out of it. And God is trying to give you all the reasons why you should be pulling yourself out of it. When you pull yourself out of that and you get back into a high, grateful, believing frequency, that's what you put out and that's what you'll get back. But from a low frequency is slow. So it slows down your process. It makes you not have the motivation. It makes you be too fearful to focus on your purpose or to be sure that, you see what I'm saying, that you're, I don't know how to explain it. Low frequency slows everything down. When you can be grateful and sure and have faith and believe, and stay on a high frequency, it manifests what your high frequency about. Just as low frequency will manifest what your low frequency thoughts are about. So the more you can stay in high frequency, the faster this will come to you. It will keep you motivated and putting in the work, because you'll start to see this stuff coming into fruition. You just gotta pray. God is helping you do this. Like talk to God, talk to your ancestors, talk to your guides, talk to whoever it is that you talk to that you know is just beyond sight, because they are helping you try and get this, and they want to help you get it fast. Because that's the only thing. Time can either happen fast or slow for you, and God's trying to help this happen in the most immediate futures as possible for you guys. The burdens that you carry make you very sad, and you're free, and it's your free will choices that are what makes things slow. It's the burdens, and like in all reality, it's almost like, in your thoughts that things have been stuck. So what's being done, if you're just patient, and if you overcome these obstacles, and if you overcome your obstacles that we've been talking about, then in the next chapter you'll be enlightened. Your person, like the masculine energy, will become their fullest selves if you're focusing on money because you're guarded. You see what I'm saying? If that money stuff made sense with you, because you're guarded about your person, just hold on, because the tides are changing, and focus on your money, on that message of finance. If you're making the right choices, right? If you know that you're making the right choices and you're doing what you need to do in your thoughts to grow, then by praying and believing and meditating and using your thoughts, right? You will become marriage potential, and so will your person. You'll manifest justice. It's what's being done right now within these soul contracts, these partnership contracts. Ships are sailing in the form of balance, and you're moving on into putting in the work. And in time with astrology, if you're not with the person or a soulmate or your lover, once you finish your individual version of dream life, you'll be working together and celebrating this divine money and this divine love and this divine purpose within your loving atmosphere. You have all the tools for victory, and you know it in your heart. Like you and your person, it's almost like this is happening heavily for masculines who were doing money lessons while you were doing love lessons. Does that make sense? This is for, I don't know how to explain it, but this king and this queen came out together. It's almost like the people in the scenarios that have all the tools to have the most quick next chapter are the women who are using their heart, or the feminines who are using their heart, and the masculines who have been focused on their finances and making the money that, or finding themselves in that aspect. And God is balancing out for those types of people very specifically the soonest, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I got for you today, guys. Like I said, if it resonates with you, then definitely let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can get notifications on whenever new videos come out, and hit the like button for me. It all really helps. And like I said, there is that 10% off code for personal readings, and the links for all of that is in the description box. So thank you guys. I love you all, and I will see you in another video.